Hey, it's Rich Durrani. Thanks for watching. We're here at the IoT Expo Tech Super Show 2025 in sunny Fort Lauderdale, Florida. On our program is Daniel Quant, and he is with Lantronix, and his company is participating in one of the co-located events called IoT Evolution Expo. Daniel, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Rich. Pleasure to be here. Day 2, sunny Fort Lauderdale, IoT Expo. The trade show is almost open. I can't wait.
Yeah, the exhibit hall is going to open any second, and we were just talking about horror stories from our past. And by our past, I mean where we flew in from. I'm in Connecticut, you're in Minnesota, lots of snow, lots of cold.
It's definitely warmer here.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, no offense to anyone who lives in any of those places when I said horror stories, but I'm in Connecticut after all, so not a huge fan of the snow. So tell me a little bit about your company in terms of the IoT space. What do you guys do? Where do you play?
Yeah, so Lantronix is a communications company, equipment manufacturer, all different types of communication equipment. I lead the IoT, industrial IoT business unit, so that's a lot of gateways, routers, modems, kind of devices like that are connected to assets at the edge of the network. We also have a compute business that's highly customized and focused on developing edge solutions that can be deployed in scale by companies, and then we have a switch PoE group that provides a lot of Ethernet connectivity products. So number of different business units within the company, really very focused around connectivity and compute.
Great. Are you seeing any trends in the market that you can share?
Yeah, absolutely. So, we look back a bit into the past, and you can't automate it unless you can connect it. And so products like switches, routers, gateways, everything was being connected, and still is, of course. I mean, there's still a world of stuff to be connected out there. But most of that data was captured at the edge, and it was sent straight upstream to a platform. Could have been a data platform, a SCADA system, ERP system, whatever it is. That data is coming up, and it's being consumed in those platforms. And the trend that we clearly now see happening is that compute power is being virtualized towards the edge. So there's still compute and AI happening in the cloud, of course. There's a ton of resources up there to leverage all of that data. But instead, trying to make more control systems, try to put decision-making closer to where the data is being consumed, and be able to reduce that costly data coming up through 5G cellular data plans, for example. And anybody who's ever developed a cloud application, it's not easy to forecast what your compute, your storage, and your egress costs are going to be. So again, platforms like this are becoming very powerful compute platforms now that have no egress storage or compute costs because it's been capitalized, and they're closer to the assets where all the decisions can be made quickly.
I think the most famous need for edge compute in IoT is if you've got cameras, let's say monitoring a production line and just viewing the products coming off the line, and if there's some anomaly that it detects, instantly being able to stop the production so that it can be changed or fixed or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And so you can think of many other health and safety situations in a refinery or a processing plant where having the luxury to always have a connection back to a system may not always be afforded. Those systems sometimes can go down, those backhaul networks. So running those workflows at the edge, this is increasingly essential in order to keep uptime and efficiency. And if you imagine applications like combined robotics or autonomous vehicles, again, we can't send everything up to the cloud and process it and send it down. It's just not quick enough.
Yeah, I mean, it's good for the earnings of the large tech companies, but other than that, it's not necessarily good for the companies.
They're still making a ton of money. There's still a lot of data going up. They're still running a lot of complex workflows. It's just the data arriving up in the cloud is more actionable. So don't have to feel too bad for them. They got, a growing business up there.
So tell me, how do you guys differentiate it? Why are customers choosing Lantronix?
Well, it's the leadership in communication. So products like this, 5G, Release 16, EMBB, ultra reliable, low latency connectivity, easily found through mass market distribution channels around the world. So the connectivity piece is super innovative. Also the compute platform running the Edge AI workflows and the tool chain as well. Our embedded business designs all of this AI for very bespoke, custom, large-scale opportunities. But as Edge AI starts to come more into the mid-market, the long tail of connectivity, then enterprises, they need tools to be able to orchestrate the pipeline, the AI pipeline into the gateway. They need to be able to have tools that help them train those models, deploy those machine learning algorithms, and be able to update them frequently as these algorithms become more aware of the data and their ability to identify actionable data coming off of rotating machinery or other assets out there. So Lantronix has built up now a lot of tools and a lot of compute power and connectivity that really brings this together for the enterprise.
So tell me about AI and the edge. Is it a lot of hype, or is it really important with AI and edge devices, and is that what's happening in the future?
Well, yep, it's for sure going to happen in the future, but it's also happening today, Rich. Vision, putting cameras onto devices like this is a very popular use case for Edge AI now, recognizing personal protective equipment, make sure that things like masks during the pandemic, hard hats, make sure that the right boots are being used, reflective equipment. That's a very high-running application used in critical infrastructure, processing plants, refineries and so on, where safety is paramount, construction sites. But also looking at, say, traffic intersections, making sure that how many people are violating those intersections, how many people are jaywalking, what is the speed of the vehicles coming into the intersections, what's the average, what's the standard deviation, is there are certain times of the day or night where there's more activity, more violations going on, and that's all being used in order to create smarter cities, right, where traffic flows smoother and the intersections are designed to be easy to use rather than people always feeling like they have to, violate the intersection. So it's very real today. A ton of different use cases, a lot more coming as the enterprises really adopt this in mass market.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thank you, Rich.